Mr. Wright here, and welcome to this walkthrough of Surds questions. I hope you find the film useful. If you do, please tell me so by hitting like, give me some positive feedback. If you've got any questions during the film, then by all means leave them in the comments and I'll respond. And if you are preparing for your own exams, perhaps you should subscribe. Right, let's get on with the maths. Question 1. Without using a calculator, show that the expression on the left-hand side is equal to the expression on the right-hand side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, on the left-hand side, copy down that expression from the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to copy down that expression from the right-hand side. I'm going to simplify my left-hand side, simplify my right-hand side, and I suspect they're both going to result in an identical expression. Let's have a look. Let's look at this left-hand side first. I'm going to rationalize the denominator, so I'm going to multiply top and bottom by root 2 plus 1. Here, root 2 minus 1. So that's by root 2 plus 1. And I'm going to leave this root 2 to the power of 5 alone for the moment. Right, that gives me 12 root 2 plus 12 over, now when I multiply out, expand these brackets here, the middle term disappears, so I'm left with root 2 times root 2, which is 2, minus 1 times 1, which is 1. Now let's think about this root 2 to the power of 5. Well, that is root 2 times root 2 times root 2 times root 2 times root 2. Good. Okay, back to this fraction on the left here. Well, that's just 12 root 2 plus 12. 12 root 2 plus 12 over 1. So I'll just leave it as 12 root 2 plus 12 minus, now, what have I got here with these root 2's? Well, that's 2 times 2 times root 2. So that's 4 root 2. So this left-hand side boils down to 8 root 2 plus 12. Now, I wonder if the right-hand side will give me the same expression. Let's have a look at the right-hand side here. 2 times root 32 plus 12. Well, that can be written as 2 times square root of 16 times 2 plus 12. Now, if I take that 16 out of the square root, I'll end up with 2 times 4 times root 2 plus 12, which is 8 root 2 plus 12, which is equal to my expression on the left-hand side. So I have shown that the left-hand side is equal to the right-hand side. And that's the end of question 1. Question 2. Right, now, because this film is all about running through questions about Surds, I'm going to ignore part A and crack on with part B. I'm asked to rationalize the denominator of 4 over 7 minus root 5. So to rationalize the denominator, I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 7 plus root 5. Okay, what's that going to give me? Well, on the top, it's going to give me 4 7s are 28, and 4 times root 5 is 4 root 5. On the bottom, now when I expand those brackets, these middle terms are going to disappear, of course. So I'm left with 7 times 7, which is 49, minus root 5 times root 5, which is 5. So what this boils down to is 28 plus 4 root 5 over 49 minus 5 is 44. Now, can I cancel there? Well, I could put 4 into the top, couldn't I, and 4 into the bottom. 4 into the top will go 7 plus 1 root 5, and 4 into the bottom goes 11. Right, looking good, but not yet in this form. So what I need to do is I need to split that fraction and write it as 7 over 11 plus root 5 over 11. And there is my answer to that question. Wait a minute. I'm asked very clearly for an answer in the form a plus b root 5. And at the moment, I haven't really shown the b very clearly. So I suspect I'd be better off writing that as 7 over 11 plus 1/11 times root 5. And now I've shown my a and also my b very clearly. Right, that is definitely now the end of that question. Mr. Wright here. I hope you're finding this film useful. If you are, please do hit like and tell me so. It's great for me to get that bit of positive feedback. If you've got any questions, please do leave them in the comments, and of course I'll respond. And if you're preparing for your own exams, perhaps you should subscribe. Right, let's get on with the maths. Question 3. Without using a calculator, rationalise the denominator of 6 over 3 minus root 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 3 plus root 7. Put that in the bracket there, 3 plus root 7. Now if I multiply out the top, I get 6 3s are 18, plus 6 times root 7. On the bottom, remember the middle terms are going to disappear, so I'm going to get 3 times 3 is 9, minus root 7 times root 7 is 40, it's not 49 at all, root 7 times root 7 is 7. So I'm left with 18 plus 6 root 7 divided by 2. Well, half of 18 plus 6 root 7 is 9 plus 3 root 7. And there we go. Without using a calculator, rationalise the denominator, simplify your answer, show each stage of your working. There's question 3, finished. Question 4, rationalise the denominator of a plus square root of 4b over a minus the square root of 4b. Right, I'm going to multiply top and bottom by a plus the square root of 4b. Be careful with my setting out here, a plus the square root of 4b. Right, now let's have a think about what's going to happen on the top of my fraction. I've got a plus root 4b multiplied by a plus root 4b. So I'm obviously going to get a times a is a squared. Right, I've got a times root 4b and another a times root 4b. I'll write those down separately. A root 4b plus a root 4b. And then I've got the square root of 4b multiplied by the square root of 4b. Well, the square root of something multiplied by the square root of the same thing just gives me 4b. Okay, let's simplify that. A squared plus 2a root 4b plus 4b. All right, so that's what I get on the numerator of my fraction. A squared plus 2a root 4b plus 4b. And on the bottom here, I get a times a is a squared. The middle terms disappear, so I get minus, well, root 4b times root 4b is just 4b. Okay. Right, now I'm just having a look at that now and thinking, can I simplify it? And the answer is I cannot. And so that is my final answer for question 4a. Question 5, right, I've got the area of a rectangle and it's 18 square centimetres. I'm told the length and I'm asked to find the width. Well, the width will simply be the area divided by the length. And now I'm asked to simplify my answer. So this is just a sort of secret way of asking me to rationalise the denominator here. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by root 7 minus 1. On the top, that's going to give me 18 root 7 minus 18. And on the bottom, I've got root 7 times root 7, which is 7. The middle terms disappear. Minus 1 times 1 is 1. So what I've actually got here is 18 root 7 minus 18 all over 6. So I have to divide the top of that by 6. Well, that's going to give me 3 root 7 minus 3. And that is the width of the rectangle. So I've found the width. It says give your answer in the form root a root b plus c. I've done that, where a, b, and c are integers. So that is question 5 complete. Mr. Wright here, just a final plea that if you found the film useful, please tell me so. by hitting like. And of course, if you're preparing for your own exams, perhaps you might subscribe to the channel. See you on the next film.